Howdy, my name is Tanya Maderos, and my research analysis paper topic was the United States Customs Border Protection and their global engagement strategy. So, to start off, the CBP was established to protect our nation by reducing the likelihood that dangerous people and capabilities enter the United States ports of entry. So, with that being said, that means that the United States wants to reduce the risk associated with any item or good or individuals entering the United States with illegal counterfeit goods or dangerous weapons, because they want to assure that their citizens are provided, are met the market demands, but as well are provided the security that they expect. So after the September 11th terrorist attacks, the United States really became strict on their regulations and procedures with global trade. But with this, they also decided to implement the global engagement strategy, which basically encompasses that any threats be assessed before arriving at the entrance of any borders, because there are countless of evolving threats and risks that have to be addressed, and more resources can lead to a better and more efficient plan to mitigate them. And with this being said, they're in partnership with many other nations. This will lead to it becoming a global fight instead of just trying to single-handedly take down any security risks associated. So the United States decided to adapt this global engagement strategy to assure that not only their nation is being protected, but any items leaving the United States are offered the same security level standards on the private entities sending out are submitting the proper paperwork and procedures prior to shipping them out. And as much as we like to think the United States is really big in trading on bulk goods, we often forget that there are private entities such as Amazon that have to meet the market demands on a daily basis, especially with their promotions such as Prime Days that offer same day deliveries or express delivery. This has become a real challenge because there's no way to essentially detect all the items in each packaged good, because Amazon sends out 45 million packages a day to over 100 countries, and to ensure that the proper methods are being followed, the United States holds this organization to a standard that assures that all items have been processed and evaluated prior to packaging, and once the packaging has been implemented, then they are the proper procedures are through the port of entry are sent as well. But on the other hand, the United States has also developed this strategy to keep up with any political events and the instability that they often bring. The latest being Brexit has really affected the trade agreements between the United States, because they have to modify what they used to negotiate with the European Union to having two separate trade standards with the UK and the EU. And they also want to ensure that in this global strategy that they are having fair trade and not playing favoritism in any sort of way that can essentially risk the security levels at any port of entries, and as well as updating any fair trade agreements such as the NAFTA, becoming the United States Mexico-Canada agreement, which encompasses all of the updated environmental aspects that have really become a push for society now. But in the purpose of this global engagement strategy is to always mitigate the risk prior to it becoming a real threat to any nation. And with the resources combined, it would really maximize the benefit and the mission of the United States Customs Borders Protection, because with millions of individuals purchasing through e-commerce from locations thousands of miles away to companies having buyers and suppliers all over the world, this world really becomes interconnected, because in various countries we have become an interchangeable market, and as well that brings many threats, many threat potentials through multiple importing and transportation methods, such as the land, ocean, and fry, and at any point it could become vulnerable. So the purpose of the global engagement strategy is to assess and combine the resources with other nations to assure that all these loopholes and gaps are assessed prior to them becoming a risk, and any risk at port of entries have been properly analyzed, and a risk assessment plan has been developed after. And this is my global engagement strategy presentation. Thank you.